Well, joining me now is Julian Assange's brother, Gabriel Shipton. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. How is he?
Yeah, Julian obviously is overwhelmed to be out of prison, and he's been on a plane for a very long time now. He's not quite home back in Australia yet, so he's still got a little bit of a way to go. But yeah, I've been speaking to him this week and just going through all the details with him, and very anxious, very excited, and he's looking forward to spending time with his family and being free, being able to have the sunshine on his face, hear the birds, go for a swim in the ocean back in Australia. So he's very much looking forward to that.
What's his health like these days? Because, of course, he spent a long time in the Ecuadorian embassy and subsequently in Belmarsh prison.
Well, his health has been deteriorating. He has a few different conditions health-wise, but I think now is a chance for him to rest and recuperate. And we've been told by the doctors who assessed him that he can recover from this. So I think that's the time for him now, is to rest and to recover. But we're just so, as Julian's family, we're overjoyed, we're overwhelmed that he is finally free. This has been an incredibly long campaign with many millions of people around the world advocating for Julian. The Australian government has been very much a part of this at these final moments. They're the only government who can represent Julian at a diplomatic level. So they were able to step in at these last moments to help secure this deal for Julian and secure his freedom. So very thankful to them. All the people in the United Kingdom who've been advocating for Julian over many, many years. This is their day too. So I hope there's a few people out there who are going to have a beer tonight and celebrate Julian's freedom.
You'll appreciate not everyone feels the same way, and this plea bargaining has led to him admitting one charge as he touches down in Mariana Islands and goes to court there. Just tell me how that came about, and also the fact that it doesn't mean he's cleared his name, does it?
Well, I can't really comment on the deal just yet. He's still, as I said, he's still got a little way to go until he's back home safely in Australia.
But Gabriel, to get to this point, how long has it taken? I mean, the negotiations behind the scenes.
It's taken years. It's taken years. It's taken constant lobbying around the world, constant protests. It's taken the media. The media has been integral in this. They've been covering this story more and more, which has put a lot more pressure on those who have been pursuing Julian. I've been working in Washington, working in Congress over there, advocating for Julian's release, for the past 3 or 4 years. This has been a global effort to get Julian Assange free, and credit to everybody out there. The Pope has advocated for Julian.
Yes.
The President Lula of Brazil, the Australian Prime Minister. This has been a global effort to free Julian.
A lot of people on his side, but let me just come back to that point about not clearing his name. And critics will still point to those charges that kind of started a lot of this in Sweden, rape allegations, and the time limit for those ran out. But still, people will say they're still hanging there.
Well, those charges there were never any charges, actually. It's the longest running preliminary investigation in Swedish history, and that was dropped by the prosecutors 3 times, reopened 3 times, and then finally they dropped it because they didn't have enough evidence to actually charge Julian. So, I mean, that's all in the past now, and we're looking forward to welcoming Julian back to his family in Australia, and really, I think his freedom is the main thing that we've been working towards, and we've almost secured it. He's not quite back on Australian soil yet,
yes.
But he will be. And so,
Once
yeah,
he is,
a big
Gabriel,
cheers to everybody.
sorry to rush you there. Just we're running close to we're running out of time almost. But once he does get back to Australia, what does the future hold for him? What's he going to do? How's he going to make a living?
Well, these are all very good questions. We've been so focused on actually getting him out of prison, and I think now is the time for him to rest and really recuperate, be with his family, and have a bit of a quiet life for a while. You know,
Where will
like
that be?
we all.
Does he have a home there? Would he stay with family members? Where is home for Julian Assange in Australia?
Hopefully somewhere quiet, out of the way, where he can go outside, feel the sun on his face, you know, and be in the Australian bush or something like that, so that he can have a chance to really rest and recover and spend some time with us. And yeah, it'd be just nice to enjoy a meal with him when he's back home in Australia.
Well, we know there's plenty of room there, and certainly a lot more than he's been used to in recent years, of course. Gabriel, thank you so much for joining us on Sky News this morning.
Thanks for having me.